Do you guys know who needs a movie? So, there is a book called the Genkai Monogatari, and it is about the Genpei War of Japan, where the first shogun of Japan waged his initial conflict to become shogun against the Sonryu. Uh, I believe this was Hideyoshi Toyotomi. And the most interesting person in the book actually is not even him. It's his girlfriend, Tomoe, who deserves her own movie for being probably like the coolest woman who's ever lived. Um, I love Joan of Arc as much as any other like Western civilization Catholic person would, but it is shameful, honestly, how she died. Even though, later the Pope would go on to like renounce her guilt in order to try and like placate people. It doesn't. It's not. You know what I mean? They just shouldn't have killed her, but whatever. Tomoe is so cool because over the course of the book, she is your average traditional like samurai of a woman who rides a horse and is in full donned armor, and she uses a uh, one of those two-handed katana, like the Nodachi, I believe. And I love her. I love how they write about her because I've always known that the Nodachi wasn't meant to be used on foot. Like it's so obvious that it's meant to be used as a cavalryman against other cavalrymen so you can cut the head off their horse. And I love her because that's how she uses her sword in most of the book is her just butchering other people and other people's horses. But the coolest things she does is not because she is a warrior, but because it is her duty to save the people in her charge. And there is a section where her and Hideyoshi Toyotomi are outnumbered, and so they tie like bales of burning straw to the backs of their horses, and they push their horses towards the enemy to like frighten the enemy's horses and make them run away and cause panic. And they wind up like winning the battle and like living. And I love that story because my all-time favorite historical figure, Timur the Pious, does the same thing, which is how I know that she's real and that the story actually happened. Because contemporary people living at the same time as her did the same thing like 1,200 miles away from each other, like continents apart. They had the same idea to tie piles of burning straw to horses and camels and run them towards your enemies. That's how I know she was real, because great minds think alike. But truly, her most savage moment is when, towards the end of the book, Hideyoshi Toyotomi believes that he is about to die. And in his personal cowardice, sends Tomoe away because he does not want to die with a woman is in his company, in his retinue. And she takes obvious offense to that, but what she does is so unbelievably sick. So over the course of this battle, she's already killed like 7 other people to protect his life. And so what she does is she rides back out to the front of the battle, challenges another warrior, rides up to him, decapitates him, brings his head back to Toyotomi Hideyoshi, puts it at his feet, strips off her armor, because at this period in history, her armor would have been provided by her lord, him, the boyfriend, Toyotomi Hideyoshi. strips off her armor, so she's literally naked right now, and just walks away. She's so cool. Like, everyone else in the book would go on to die a pretty gruesome death, except that while she might have lived out the rest of her life in shame, she won. like that's so sick. Like, even though she lived the rest of her life in dishonor, in shame, she lived with more honor than the people who employed her, and that's so great.